Take me here.
Mr. Keith Barnum, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep going! Go on! Yeah, before you ask about the accent, yes, I am from Ireland. And no, I'm not the love child of Chuck Norris and the Bee Gees, so get that out of your head. I wasn't in The Hangover either, so fuck off with that. Yeah, I heard you all laughing at John's racist jokes earlier. Yeah, I heard you all fucking laughing at the Irish jokes. I wanted to take the piss out of John. I wanted to do the Geordie accent, but I couldn't get my head far enough up my ass. So there you go. There's a lot of tension over here. It's funny, I come over here and, you know, down in London, they really look down upon the people from the north, and then the people from Manchester and Liverpool really look down upon the people from the south. And I thought to myself, how silly is that? A country where the north and south don't get on. Is there any Irish in tonight? Irish, give me a cheer. 4, that's the bar fight sorted out. That's brilliant. English people, give me a cheer. Yeah, we'll still take you. Don't get too fucking cocky. I take it people have been over to Ireland. You've been over there before. Have people been over? Yeah, you were over. You had a good time, ladies. You did. Look how fucking you do everything in unison. That's fucking bizarre. You were over there before they started calling us. Ireland is now the new Iceland, apparently, which is quite upsetting. I thought Iceland collapsed because its bank was called Lansky Bansky. Any bank run by the Swedish chef from the Muppet Show is going to collapse. You know that. I mean, we're in trouble, but you know, we always have a laugh. You always say that about the Irish. Whenever we're in trouble, we still have a bit of a laugh. When the IMF arrived in Ireland, they asked for financial records. We handed them 2 betting slips and said, that's all we've left. There's 15 billion on the 3 o'clock at Doncaster. If it doesn't come in... Right now, if you look on the internet, you'll find a story about the former Irish Prime Minister, Bertie Ahern, who put us in this hole. He is currently in Nigeria advising them on their economy. That's like getting Fritzl to advise you on childcare, quite frankly. Oh, what the fuck is your fucking problem? Fucking never knew there was such a thing as blonde Wookiees, for the love of... That wasn't even a Wookiee, that was a Wookiee getting a blowjob from an Ewok. It's gonna get worse. What amazed us in Ireland, the most amazing thing was that the first country to come to our aid was England. You were the first guys in to offer us a loan. And then a few weeks later, the Queen came to Ireland. It wasn't just the Queen, though. We had the Queen, we had Barack Obama, we had the Dalai Lama. It felt a little bit like everyone was visiting the hospital bed to say goodbye, quite frankly. But the Queen, it was lovely. She came to Ireland and she behaved herself. You know what she's like. And we behaved ourselves. And she understood the plight of the Irish. She offered to bring her own resources, her own plates, her own cutlery, her own food. And then she offered to bring her own army. And we said, we're not falling for that again. You can fuck off. 800 years ago, we're just here for the weekend. My hole. But I'll tell you what Ireland needs right now, what countries across the world need. We need more women leading us. The only country that has been in trouble was Iceland has organised, not these fucking 4, but anyone else. Anyone else. Any other woman will do. Iceland turned to a woman to get it out of its trouble, and they have. The economy is booming. The UK famously had a female Prime Minister, Neville Chamberlain, and we need more women, but it's hard for women to get into politics. It's hard for women to juggle the family and the career. Let me just ask you a question. All right, let's get a balance here. All the men here, give me a cheer. All the ladies here, give me a cheer. I said ladies. Behave yourselves. Now all the ladies here with a career, give me a cheer. Okay, a few more. All the ladies here with a relationship, give me a cheer. Oh, so some of you have everything, some of you have nothing. Okay. Because this is the question that women get asked. Can women have it all? Men never get asked, can you have it all? I was only ever once asked, can you have it all? And it was in relation to cake. And I did have it all. Because that's how I fucking roll. But it's not just the family and the career that women have to balance. Women have to have the perfect body. The pressure on women is unbelievable. I learned something recently. It shocked me to my core, and I'll share it with you now. I'll get one of the lads in the front row to help me out. What's your name, my friend here in the front? Mark, good man, Mark. Very simple to help me out, Mark. First of all I need you to do is figure out, all right, first of all, tell me, what do you think that is, Mark? What do you think that is? String, good man. They had to prompt you, though. Fucking fair play. It's all right. I had a guy the other night say it was a bit of rope. He was a small man, I grant you that. Now, Mark, my next question for you. Roughly in inches, how long do you think this is? Roughly in inches. Hang on, I'll put it down here. Roughly in inches. Just so every man here can go, that's 6 inches right there. That is 6 inches. Or 3 inches, Mark. I don't know. 3 inches, I have no idea. How many inches do you think that is? 15. It's actually 23. You're a little bit out. What do you do for a living? I'm in marketing. You're in marketing. So you'll underestimate, but you'll overcharge, you fucker. That's brilliant. This is 23 inches. The reason I bring up 23 inches is because I discovered that 23 inches is a size 0 waist on a model. That is a size 0 waist. That is the scariest thing I have ever seen. What scared me even more was the fact that I have a size 0 head. Were I to put my head inside a model, she'd explode. That's all I know. I mean, I don't know how I get it in there. Carefully, I suppose. That was my head in the vagina. Wait. Let Mark, you didn't do too well on the little one. Let's see how you do. Let's see how you do on the big one. How long do you think that is in inches? How long do you think that is? Have a go. Have a lash. Have a go. 35. It's 69. Fuck me. That was one of the worst guesses ever. But fair play. This is 69 inches, guys. The reason I bring up 69 inches is simple. This is 3 times a size 0 waist. Ladies, what's 3 times 0? 0. You're all a size 0. How nice is that? All the ladies are cheering, all the men are like, you twinkly Irish bollocks. Fuck off home with your charming ways and your enormous penis. No! There's loads of Irish going out to Australia these days and we don't even have convictions. But there is a point at which the two diverge, and that is the barbecue. Because the Australians worship at the fucking feet of the barbecue, but the Irish will never get it right for many reasons, but the main one is we only get 1 chance a year to do it. And we can never remember how we did it last year because we got so excited by the sun. We get so excited by the sun, we don't even bother with charcoal, we just send some animals into a field and set the field on fire. That's a barbecue! Some sheep, some cattle, whatever you want, just fucking throw it in there. And a friend of mine confirmed for me this year that we'd never get it right when he came back from Australia and the weather was nice and he rang me up. He was like, Keith, listen, the weather's going to be nice. We're going to have a barbecue. Do you want to come along? It's like, oh, Neil, I'd love to. Is there anything I should bring? And he was like, well, whatever you want to eat. and whatever you want to drink. I was like, Neil, that's not really inviting me to a barbecue at all. That's just inviting me to share a charcoal fire with you. That's like getting a booty call from a lady in the middle of the night who rings you up going, Keith, why don't you come over, we'll have sex. And you're like, oh my God, what should I bring? Someone to have sex with, obviously. Oh, you like the true stories? That's fucking brilliant. I should stop drinking. The trouble it has gotten me into. I get into trouble across the world. It's unbelievable. The last time I was in London, I was in a lovely part of London called East London, I believe you call it. And I was standing at the bar afterwards, and this lad came up to me at the bar, and I should have known I wasn't going to like him because he did a little teardrop tattoo by his eye, which confused me culturally because it actually signified he'd killed a man in prison, and not that he had a shared love of the operatic clown Il Pagliacci. That was an awkward conversation. And he said to me that Ireland would never get the Olympics because we were too small-minded. And I stopped him. And I said, you know what? Fair play. London is the home of the Olympics for 2012. But it's not like you're the original home of the Olympics. That was Greece. And not only were they home of the Olympics, they were home of philosophy and homosexuality. And that's a hell of a combination when you think about it. I mean, back in the day, if you didn't run fast enough, you were buggered. But at least you understood why. I was out in the Far East, I was out in Dubai. That is no place for a drunken Irishman, let me tell you. Our wit is not appreciated in the desert. And there was a whole crowd of expats. It was Irish and English and Scottish, and said, fuck it, is there any Arabic people here who'd love to talk to someone local about the local culture? And a lad in the front row put up his hand. He was so excited, and I was like, lovely to meet you. What's your name? And he looked up at me and he went, Jihad. And I looked down at him and went, no fucking way. That's like calling an Irish guy car bomb. Yeah, it didn't go down too well over there either. Fair play. I mean, even in countries where I am loved, it is trouble all the time. There's 55 million Americans claim to be Irish. We only sent them 3 million. We're not that good. Even in America, I swear, I got over there and I was doing gigs up in Boston. When you're in Boston as an Irish comedian, they fucking love you. They give you the high fives. Give me the high fives. Go mad for the high fives. There you go. I'll give you something special. I went down to New York. I started doing some gigs. They started doing this to me. They were so cool. They started chatting to each other about some other fucking gig. What is your problem? My God, what are you looking at? What's going on? Was there a sale in Topshop you hadn't spotted? I don't know. Let me do this right. In New York, they started doing this to me. Give me one of these. Give me one of these, right? I didn't know what that was. For a week of gigs in New York, I went around going, fist me. Yeah, look at all the fucking perverts laughing at that one. I hadn't a clue. The typical Irish sex education, when you're 15, they bring out a picture of the human body above the waist, they label everything below the waist, they just write sin. That's fucking education. Even landing in America, I got into trouble. There's an Irish phrase for the crack. I don't know if you're familiar with, but over there, it means something else. In Ireland, when we do something for the crack, it means we do something for the hell of it, for the love of it, for the sheer ingeniousness. Nearly always involves alcohol, of course. In the States, crack means something else entirely. I'd like to personally thank JFK Customs for explaining that to me. After they asked me the purpose of my visit there. I wasn't saying fist me then, I tell you that, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Keith Farren, and you've been absolutely wonderful. Enjoy the rest of the night. Good night!